like not sharing my emotions, so I became really withdrawn, but that turned into just a lot of anger and like pent-up aggression. Hi guys, it's Iris. So today I wanted to share my experience on an issue that has affected me since I was a kid, and I just want to share my experience and maybe it'll help one of you guys. I don't feel like I'm qualified to give you guys tips, but maybe, I don't know, you guys will take something away from it. So recently I watched a video on mental health on the Jack's Gap channel. I think it was Jack, I'm not sure, it might have been Finn, but anyways, one of the guys talked about the issue of mental health. Their video really spoke to me. So I was inspired to make my own video and share with my audience my experiences. This is kind of hard for me to talk about, but it's almost therapeutic in a way. I made one other video kind of like this on self-confidence, and I'll link that down below if you guys are interested. But I'm just gonna start talking. When I was a kid, I was never someone that was good at hiding my emotions. Whenever I felt angry, sad, happy, whatever about something, any emotion about something, I felt the need to just express it. And that wasn't always a good thing, because I grew up in a culture or in a family where you sort of keep your emotions to yourself, and when you did express them, it almost was like frowned upon, and I was reprimanded for it. As a teenager, I felt the pressure of, you know, like not sharing my emotions, so I became really withdrawn, but that turned into just a lot of anger and like pent-up aggression towards pretty much everyone in my life. Like, I didn't have an outlet to like safely express them until I was in high school, where I had a counselor who really surprised me, because he was the kind of person that was like, you can come into my office no matter when, you just need an escape or you just need to talk about it, because he saw in me that I had those aggression issues and it just wasn't productive in school. So he just said to me pretty much, I have an open door policy, and anytime you just need to vent or somebody to talk to, you can come to my office and talk about it. So I was very grateful for that, and I definitely took advantage of it and spent a lot of my high school lunch and even sometimes during class where I felt like I was gonna have a panic attack. I went to his office and it was just really nice. So I pretty much realized really early on, like before graduation from high school, that mental health is the essence of my well-being, and if I'm not mentally healthy, I get really depressed, I'm not productive, and I have no self-confidence in myself. And without those three things, I just, for me personally, I just can't do anything. I'm pretty much just like an empty vessel, you know? A lot of people are really good at putting their emotions aside or putting it on a shelf and, you know, not let it interfere with the task at hand. But I've never been that person in my early, like in my teens and my childhood. As an almost 26-year-old woman, I've gotten a lot better at trying to put my emotions aside and not let it interfere with what I'm doing. But at the same time, I've realized that I need to allow myself to have those emotions in order to move on. And on the bright side, when I do feel like I'm mentally healthy, I feel inspired, I believe in myself, and I tend to have more of a glass half full sort of approach on life. And I think that's really important, because as we get older, our responsibilities tend to grow, and if you never really address your problems, or if you never really learn how to cope with your issues, they don't get better, and if anything, they usually get worse. The purpose of this video is I want to let you guys know that you are not alone out there. If you're watching this, or you just happen to stumble upon my video, or you are one of my amazing audience members, I just want to let you know that you're not alone, and I've been through it, so I get it. Like, I know how it feels. Another thing I want to say is that you shouldn't be afraid to ask for help. When you've had a certain way of thinking embedded in your life since childhood, it is really terrifying to to, you know, as a young person to say, you know what, I think I need help. That leads me into my next point, which is when you do come to that point in your mind and you're like, you know what, I do want to ask for help. It's whether it's gotten to a point where you're mentally like, you feel like you're going to have a breakdown, or you're like, okay, you know what, I've had enough. I think it's important to find somebody to confide in that you trust, whether that's in a friend, a teacher, or a counselor like myself, or if you're lucky enough to have, you know, family that gets that and, you know, won't kind of make you feel bad about it. That's great, but it's important to find somebody that you trust, that you know that won't, you know, go and tell everybody, or won't make you feel like crap, pretty much. Honestly, like, as far as tips on coping, I love positive quotes. I love positive affirmations, and I mentioned that in my Get to Know Me video. I love the good quote on Instagram, and I'm always constantly posting, you know, quotes on my Instagram, which is at MindofIris, if you guys are interested. I think above all, the most effective tip that I've experienced is just talking about it. Whether it's, you know, if you want to share your experience on YouTube, or like I said, confide in somebody, or if it's just writing it down, or, you know, typing it on a blog and putting it on private. It's just important to get it out, because it's almost like a metaphoric brick that's being lifted off your shoulder. And above all, the most important thing to remember is that feeling like you are not mentally healthy, there's nothing to be ashamed of. Because, I don't know, I feel like our society has, I mean, we're getting better, but I feel like our society has labeled any possibility for mental defect as weird. And that's what I feel like has turned young people into being scared of talking about any possible problem, and they leave it to the last possible minute, and that's not healthy, because that can turn into a breakdown. So I just wanted to come on here and really just share my experience, and hopefully you guys got something out of it. And I don't know, if not, at least I got the opportunity to kind of take that metaphoric weight off my shoulders. But if this video did help you, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more talking personal videos like this one. Yeah, but if you guys didn't see my last video, I did a collective haul, definitely more of a lighter topic than this one, but I think these videos are really important too. The haul video will be linked in the first line of the description bar. Thank you guys so much for watching, and yeah, I hope you all have a really great week, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!